What's going on YouTube? My name is Dogman the Hero, and welcome back to One Day at a Time, my Minecraft survival experience. It's been a while since I've recorded a Minecraft episode, and I'm gonna be real, I missed it. I've been watching some Hermitcraft lately, and I was in the mood I've been in a video making mood, so I want to do a Minecraft project. And I think I thought of the perfect one to do. So I used the give commander creative to get all of this, but basically what I want to do is add in an ore vault to my base. Just because I think that's a really fun thing to do, to display your ores visually. But honestly kind of like Scrooge McDuck. And because I've got the perfect place for it. If we just head down... Okay, so I did use tough brick down here. I thought I had used stone brick. Yeah, no, I thought I used stone brick, but I guess I just did that for the roof. Yeah. Okay, what did I use for my basin? I think it was also tough. Yes, it was. I'm still deciding the block that I want to use for the walls of it. I'm thinking either blackstone or we do nether brick. And I think that could be pretty fun. But first things first, we've got to go add a piece of gravel to the Great Gravel Mountain because it is episode 22. Whee! I also did realize the other day, while just kind of sitting around in my world, that oh, you can't see them from here. I really need to finish off the building of my iron farm and my mob farm, which I probably just need to rework the mob farm still. But I definitely need to, like, finish off those buildings. There we go. Great Gravel Mountain. 22 pieces. And maybe at some point I actually swap that to, like, the number of subscribers I have. But at the moment, that feels very self-indulgent. And doing the number of episodes I've done in this world feels a little bit less. Oh, I need to finish off the building for the bamboo farm, too. I also could expand the bamboo farm. Might want to do that at some point. Yeah, see, but I'm torn. Oh, I could also do deep slate bricks. And then if I go another layer down, then I do black. Yeah, I think we go deep slate brick. What are you doing here? No solicitors. Does that mean there's a wandering Did a wandering trader spawn up here and die? Unless he fell off? I swear I was hearing him, but that might have been the villagers below. I'm so confused. I actually do kind of want to keep my eye out for a wandering trader, because I think he could still have stuff that I kind of want. See, I can hear that. No, because I think the wandering traders would be labeled differently on the subtitles. But yeah, I definitely think then deep slate bricks are going to be the way to go. And what block do I use for the accent then? I might have to toy around with that. I think for now, it's probably best to just go, not worry about, like, the stairs or any of that. Just make my way down, and then figure it out from there. So yeah, this should be, yes, in line. And then that's where the stairs will go. So then it'll drop down a block. And we will just... I probably don't need to go down like a ton. Maybe even just like 5 blocks. Part of the reason I went down as much as I did with the with this room was to have just a little bit more space to really work with it. And because I knew I needed to have like really tall ceilings, but we don't actually have to worry about that going down for this part. Oh yay, more gravel for the mountain. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We go 5, and then on the 5th one is when we end the staircase, we open it up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one will actually remain at the same level. But then the door, yes, should be like this, and then we'll open it up. Alright, now I'm actually going to pause, and I'll get the first ring put in, and then I'll be back. Alright, I almost forgot to put my mic back down. We have got the first section. I've kind of laid it out for iron. Coal's gonna go here, copper's gonna go there, and then we'll kind of lay it out. Now, I didn't know how far down I wanted the vaults to go. I knew I didn't want to go too crazy with it because it's 20 blocks per layer, plus the 25 on the floor to actually put walls on these things so they aren't just plain stone. And I didn't want to have to, like, go crazy with it. But also because, like, I don't want them to look too empty. The plan is basically, for most ores, it'll be until it fills up. Then I'll break them down, like, for iron. Basically, all of my iron ore is just going to go in here. And I'm also thinking, I'm just going to, real quick, what I'm thinking is, I could have crafted a chain, because I'm about to go grab a chest anyway. Oh yeah, I accidentally mined one of those coal ore blocks with my regular pickaxe. And I hate when I do that, so I just gave myself back the ore. I wish there was a way to, like, craft the ores. Like, if you take the actual ingot or the item in case of, like, coal and diamonds, and then you, like, surround it with stone. So it's, like, expensive. I guess it would be helpful for decoration, but in terms of, like, game balancing, it would really suck. Okay, that should be basically in the center. God damn it. Okay. I swear if that's in the okay, good. So then what I'm thinking is, and maybe I'll replace those copper chains when the update drops, but we'll just have the chests hanging, and if I have excess ore, then I can just put them in the chest. So, like, for iron, I don't need to mine iron ore. I have an entire iron farm. If I need to mine iron ore, it's an unlikely situation, so I can just let this fill up, and then put the ores in the chest. But then for, like, diamonds, I can just mine, I can save them and then mine them as I need them. And it's a nice little parallel. Now, with this first small space, and I maybe shouldn't have... I think it's going to be important to test the look of the vault itself, and then what we want to do with the floor and the ceiling. Obviously, we have the spruce wood. We're definitely using that for the floor. I really like the idea of doing deep slate for the walls, and then black stone for the walls of the vault. I think those are up here. Cut coppers, probably. Maybe I actually, I have the bee farm. I could go. I'm actually just gonna load up on that because I don't know if I have enough to finish that vault. Each one should hold 200 ores before it gets full. which I think is a good medium. I need glowstone as well, but I also need this. We don't need a ton, because we're not going to do the stairs and stuff right now. What do I want to do for the roof, though? Maybe I just also do spruce for the roof? There we are. Only really need the one for right now. Or two, because I'll also put one at the bottom of the vault. Then... yeah, I think it just makes sense to do that for the roof. That was a weird noise. I hear a lot of weird noises out my window. I don't know if they're wild animals or what, but my dogs aren't freaking out, so everything's fine. So we'll just do glowstone there, which even with the chest should hopefully light this room up enough. Then glowstone here as well. Take the blackstone, which is almost like having obsidian bricks, but not quite. And oh, that's something fun I just realized. So it's when you do just like the outline of a 5x5 space, so the outer of a 7, it's 24 blocks. And if you put something in the middle of the 5x5, like glowstone, it's then 24 to surround it. That's a fun... That's like a fun... That feels like a fun math fact. That is something I'm going to have to be careful of when I'm actually mining the ores, though. Is it's going to be very easy to actually break these bricks. Because despite blackstone looking reinforced, it's really not. I think it actually breaks quicker than, like, cobblestone does. Which is also interesting. I'll probably have to do, like, a resource gathering. Although, I do have that massive area where I went, netherite mining. So, I can definitely get huge amounts of blackstone just by going down there. I don't even know if I'd need to piglin barter, but I could. That could, honestly, that could be a fun comparison. If I do, like, however long of, like, piglin bartering, but then I also go down to that mine, and I see how, like, the same amount of time just going around and running. Although, if I have enough gold for however long I spend piglin bartering. So it probably shouldn't be, like, a super long time. And I guess that's not, like, the best experiment, because you have to make a massive cavern with TNT already, and then do this test. But I feel like most players use TNT or beds for their netherite mining, so I feel like it could still be slightly useful information of, like, hey, when I ran a test, I got more blackstone going this way. Yeah, I'm gonna get the walls filled in, and everything up there filled in, and then I'll be back. Alright, we are back again, and yeah, I'm honestly really digging how this looks. I think the orange copper goes very well with the, although, this could potentially look better. But I think the actual orange copper goes really well with the deep slate, as opposed to, like, if I let it oxidize, and I think it makes this place a little bit more official. Or a little bit more wealthy. I do think I probably need to make it brighter. I don't want to have to do, like, a ton of farming, but maybe end rods would be better than torches in this area. Or I could do some light block in the middle of these, rather than just the glowstone on the roof. I'm gonna have to mull that one over. But yeah, I really like the waxed copper here. I like the look of the walls. I did a little bit of a gradient. So I'm gonna say something very controversial, probably in the world of Minecraft building. I think gradients and block palettes, well, okay, not just straight up block palettes, but the, like, wide-ranging block palettes that people will do. Where, like, in a build like this, they wouldn't just have the tough bricks. They'd have like stone bricks mixed in, probably some of the deep slate bricks or the black stone bricks, and they'd make a gradient of it. But it also would just kind of be busy. I think that style of building is a little bit overused. I think gradients are a little bit overused, and I think the sort of busy building people do to avoid having walls that look too flat is also a bit overused. Like, that sort of building works great if you're actively trying to maintain a shadow, or like to actively like get somebody to like bring their eyes naturally up a build. You don't just want them to like randomly settle on a spot. But or the busy building works really good if you're doing like a rustic style where things aren't nice, neat, and clean, kind of like Mumbo Jumbo's Hermitcraft Season 10 base. But I feel like some people just throw that into situations where it doesn't fully work. Like in a situation like this vault down here, I wouldn't want these walls to be too busy because it's supposed to look nice, neat, and orderly. And I think some people forget that some things in real life look nice, neat, and orderly, especially when they're like modern or futuristic. And they use that sort of gradient and busy style of building where it doesn't really make sense. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but that's just my opinion. Feel free to roast me in the comments, but nobody probably will because I don't tend to get comments. But yeah, I think this looks really good. It's going to take a decent minute to get everything all laid out. So this is the layout. So we're basically having, oh yeah, I just did this is an 81 by 81 space. When I lay everything, this was meant to be like a fun, quick episode, and I've already done 17 minutes of recording, and I am 1/9 of the way done with an 81 by 81 space. Oh god. I guess I could maybe, yeah, I could shrink it a bit by, rather than doing like another thing of spruce, the next part, like right here, would just be the start of the coal barrier. Or the coal border. And then that shrinks it down. I'm gonna keep on down there. That does shrink it down quite a ways. I think that might be the play here, but I really like the idea of having the walls where every 3 blocks we put one of the copper, and it looks really cool. But then the floor would only, like, this would be a 2-block gap between things, and it would look weird. I think we change how this is laid out, and we go ahead. I could just put them on the borders. Yeah, I could just put them on the, like, right here, and then it will, yeah, okay. I figured it out. So we're going to shrink it a bit by just having the coal be right here. Alright, we got our game plan. I'll be back when I've dug out this whole space. It's going to be very different. Alright, we are back, and I've got the space all emptied out. Obviously, I still need to put in the walls, floor, and roof, but I am honestly really liking how this is looking already. I don't think I want to have the torches be the permanent solution. I still have to workshop that. I've dug out each of the vaults, but I haven't filled them in with blackstone. I think that's what I'm going to do next. I might have to go harvest some, though, because yeah, that definitely isn't enough. Also, I'm pretty sure I've already filled up my copper vault. Just from mining out all of the... Hold up, there's more. Hold over here. Just from mining everything out, and... granted, I did probably do more than I needed to. There's a big example of this somewhere. Oh yeah, this area down here. I didn't need to mine basically any of this. But I did. That was odd. But yeah, so I still need to do quite a bit of extra clear out the walls, the roof, the floor. That'll probably be the quick part. But I'm really loving how this is looking so far. I think this is turning out exactly as I was hoping. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and I will be back once that is done. And we are back, and I have completed the ore vaults, and man, I love the way that this looks. Um, Took a little bit longer, and they are kind of poor man ore vaults right now because I've only got the example ores in there at the moment. But man, do they not look fantastic. This turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Honestly, it was a pretty simple and quick build. It's gonna be fun seeing them fill up. But yeah, I absolutely love how this turns out. How this turned out. There is also another thing that I did, and I considered doing it down here, but I decided it would be better in the main room. God, I love how I didn't expect my base to be like kind of modular, where I could keep making additions like that, but I love how it's ended up. But I have laid out these armor stands here, and I was gonna do this. I considered doing this down in the vault, but I figured it would look better up here because my plan once the copper update drops. Lump in my throat. My plan for once the copper update actually drops is I'm going to collect each type of armor. So I'm thinking like leather and chainmail, iron and copper, gold and diamond, netherrack, and then this one I want to get another elytra and a turtle helmet to put on there, just as sort of like the miscellaneous. Which that is something I kind of want them to do, where we've got the turtle helmet and the elytra to be like a miscellaneous helmet and body piece. So we still need a miscellaneous leggings and boots. And I think that would be really cool. But yeah, just to have a nice collection of every type of armor. But yeah, I just wanted to fill that in real quick. But yeah, that is just about the end of... God damn it. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening. I maybe should have built some way to actually, like, get up from these without using my elytra, but I figured I've got it, so why not just use it? It gets easier as, like, with the coal where it's not fully filled up. And actually, that's something I should maybe do with the iron real quick and reconstruct it to, is basically the plan will be to build a staircase with the ores, rather than just having them be like an aesthetic pile, and then eventually flattening them up like the copper, and then filling whatever excess I have in the chest. And then when I need copper, I can either just empty it out of the chest, or empty the vault itself, and then refill. But yeah, I love how this turned out. This is such a cool addition to the base. And I really like how the base has turned into this, like, modular build. And we still have room for, or more room for expansion. Which I might play around with, because I'm toying around with the idea of, rather than having this be a giant thing of unfiltered sorting, building filters on it, then having the water stream drop down again, kind of like we have over there, down to a spot where copper golems will filter any non-stackable items or items we just don't have filters for. I think that could be fun, but I'd have to do like a lot of research into how the copper golems actually work. But for the moment, I am super satisfied with how this turned out and how this episode has gone. But, and yeah, I think that's just about going to do it for this episode. I really enjoyed recording this one. Just working on a pretty simple build, but I think that's one that I think has improved the base massively. And feels pretty important to me. I like kind of visually displaying things like this. And especially as I continue to mine out my quarry and watch this fill up, the only ones that really won't from that are the emerald and quartz. But yeah, this is just an absolutely fantastic thing. But I think that is just going to about wrap up this video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. As I've said, I know I enjoyed making it. And if you did end up enjoying it, please do consider liking and or subscribing, as that does just help me out a ton. I am so close at time of recording this to getting to the live stream requirements of 50 subscribers, which I really want to try out at some point. So yeah, if you do end up enjoying this video, please do consider doing that. But until the next video, always remember to take things one day at a time. And also, Hail Gerald.